All right, so OpenAI just did their DevDay, and this is kind of a recap. Also, kind of future projections of where the space is going. Obviously, it is changing so quickly. Every month there seems to be something new. Every week there is kind of a lot going on, and again, I made a video, 3 ways to win in AI, and one of those traits essentially was being open-minded. If we're not open-minded and we're not flexible in nature, we're going to have big problems, because as we saw in DevDay, number one, they kind of showcased their agent builder. Now, it's not a killer to NAN just yet, but I think it is walking towards that direction. Now, it was really cool. You can do a lot of stuff kind of within chat, within kind of the messaging space. Maybe I'll show you eventually. But there's just some important recaps. So number one, kind of the browser is becoming extinct. You're going to be able to do a ton within just Chat GPT alone. As they said, they kind of are releasing apps upon apps. So if you're looking to shop ecom, right? Shopify actually just had a partner, just partnered with ChatGPT, and you'll be able to order via ChatGPT. You'll be able to get food via ChatGPT. You'll be able to do a lot of stuff just with their agent builder. That's going to do a ton of daily activities for you. Look at messages, look at emails, do flights, book Airbnbs, all that type of stuff. So essentially what they're doing is they're actually bypassing Google. They're bypassing a lot of the apps. So number one that stood out very apparent to me was the App Store is dead. All you're going to do is you're going to want to build apps via ChatGPT so that people actually use it on ChatGPT. That's kind of the new App Store. And the cool thing is you'll be using it within ChatGPT. So it's like you will find the apps on ChatGPT, also use them on ChatGPT. So again, they're making it really seamless, really user friendly. If you look at Steve Jobs, basically the design and the architecture of Apple is all based on user experience. There's a great book by him. I believe it's called, where is it? One of my favorite books. His classic book. And I believe it's called Steve Jobs. And he said, I want to make Apple products so easy that the garbage man is able to use them. And that's essentially what ChatGPT is doing. Their user experience is phenomenal. It's like best. It's the best on the market. And there's a lot going on. So number one, App Store is going to be no more. Number two, you're going to want to build apps that are LLM friendly, and that can kind of tie into ChatGPT's ecosystem. Then they released Codex, but really, again, the main thing was they are killing the browser, which we know Google stats have been tremendously down. Search volume is tremendously down. A lot of it is going to be coming through these LLMs, and most importantly, you have to understand where LLMs are getting their information from. I believe Reddit is a huge. Reddit's going to become more important actually, because the more LLMs are pulling from Reddit, the more users are going to understand that, and they're going to want to put their information on Reddit. So Reddit's going to become super important. It's basically, I think it's top 3, top 5 sites that's used, in the world every day. It's kind of always flown under the radar, but I think it's going to become more important. Number 2, YouTube is very important. So if you optimize accordingly, just like you would to become, SEO optimized, you're gonna want to do that with YouTube, because they do pull from YouTube. So it basically, ChatGPT is becoming a standalone ecosystem, just like Apple products were, right? I remember Steve Jobs again didn't want to partner with anybody. They didn't even want to partner with Steve Jobs. So what they did was, eventually they did. They had to. Essentially, but what they did was they basically just built their own ecosystem. That's what ChatGPT is doing. And so whoever takes over or takes kind of most market share, you're going to want to be kind of tied within that ecosystem. That's why Shopify now makes the move to ChatGPT, because they are realizing the importance of this one company and the ecosystem they are creating for not only today but for decades in the future. And we continue onwards. E-commerce. E-commerce is drastically changing. No one's going to go on stores anymore. Websites are going to be gone. It's all going to be through these LLMs. And that brings up a great point, which is I can't wait to run advertising on these LLMs. You're going to have basically, just like right now you have with your Netflix or subscription models, you have lower tiers, and those lower tiers have advertisements. And so these LLMs, if you have the free version or a lower tier version, there's probably going to be ads throughout somehow. I don't know exactly how yet that's going to play out, but when you're able to run ads on these LLMs, that is going to be very exciting, and something special to see how they go about doing that. So that was very cool. DevDay, very special. There's obviously a ton of updates, but those are kind of my takeaways. ChatGPT is not going anywhere, and they're investing very heavily into the products, the ecosystem, and the user experience. And they're going to make your life very, very easy. You're going to be able to build. You're not going to be able to spend, you're not going to need to do hours of NAN or make.com to build out these sophisticated agents. It's going to be literally drag and drop, plain English, and it's going to be built within a matter of minutes. That's what they're moving towards. Your daily activities, you're not going to have to worry about those. The agent will remember and continue to do those. Very, very cool stuff. If you have takeaways about DevDay, put them down below. But that's kind of the major takeaways for me. I watched a little bit of it and thought it was important to share with you some things that are taking place. As always, AI is changing fast. We want to be a part of it. Hop on, and I will see you tomorrow.